Mm-hmm.
The other guest is here. Do you want
Yeah, come on, yeah, tell
to?
her.
Yes,
She's unauthorized and she late. Tell her, hurry up. Go on. Really? Miss Hines?
Yes.
See, you didn't know I knew her when she was like this, Angela.
I knew it was like middle high school.
No, I knew when she was,
She was
it was all four of them.
And what's her name?
Latoya Hines.
Latoya.
Tracy, Nick, Lori, and Tori. I didn't know you was into poetry.
Well, she,
Angela drew you in.
yeah, I believe she was there. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna have to do a mic check on you, so just talk a little bit.
Hello, y'all. How y'all doing today?
Fine. We doing great. How you doing?
We do a little introduction without you. We pretend like you're not here yet.
So what does Justin do now?
Which Justin? Oh, the Justin that works here?
Yeah.
Well, there he is right there.
What's his job now?
His job is to make sure there's someone in that dark room in the front. He doesn't.
So that's what happens when they get full. When they become full time, they stop
They
working.
stop working. That's right.
Stand by. 4, 3.
Writers Academy. Learn more right after this.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
Welcome to Community Watch, Greg.
Doc.
Hey.
How you doing, brother?
Now, see, you're not giving me a signal.
Hey, this is one of those shows, you know,
Oh.
poetry, writing, it just has to flow.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah,
spontaneous,
yeah.
like jazz.
Right. Well, we are talking today, in part at least, about Writers Academy.
Mm-hmm.
And Writers Academy was something we started. We were trying to figure out when.
Yes.
And I have to judge it by Rontavius's age. So he just, let's see, he just turned 19. So he was in 3rd grade. So what would that be? 9.
You've been
it's gonna be
8 or 9 years of age, so 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Oh, man, it makes me feel old.
Yeah, well, get used to that. So Writers Academy was an after-school program that started out at Anna K. Davey and grew a little bit after that, and then has kind of died away. We tried to bring it back in a couple of different ways, but during the years that it existed, it was pretty successful.
Oh, yeah. Well, tell me, what was Writers Academy? I mean, you know.
Well, as I said, it was an after-school program. Myself and several other volunteers, some from the 100 Black Men of Rome in Northwest Georgia, would go to an elementary school, in this case Anna K, and work with a group of students on writing projects, creative writing projects, 1 day a week. And then at the end of the year, we did a publication and had a public reading. And it was really, I think, a very successful program.
Very successful.
Yeah.
And I still see kids, well, young adults now that was in those programs years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we grew to other elementary schools. I know Angela Hoskins, who's going to be one of our guests, helped us for a time, and others have as well. So there's a lot of talk from different areas about bringing Writers Academy back. So that is part of what we're talking about today. That was a long introduction. When we come back, we're going to have Angela Hoskins and Latoya Hines with us to talk about some activity, poetry activity that they've got going on, and a push to get Writers Academy back. So please stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
I'm transferring to the University of West Georgia.
Columbia University,
Kennesaw State,
UGA,
Loyola University in Chicago,
Grambling State.
Shorter University.
I'm going to Greensboro College, and we all got our start at Georgia Highlands.
No matter where your educational journey takes you, you can get your start at Georgia Highlands College. Georgia Highlands College. Enroll, engage, excel.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're very happy to have with us Angela Hoskins and Latoya Hines. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Wait a minute, y'all poets. Y'all, thank you. Come on.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Angela, I know that you have a poetry group of your own now.
Yes.
And when we talked the other day, I found out that it was actually part of quite a large national organization. So tell us a little bit about that.
The name of the poet.
The whole business.
The name of the poet organization is Poet, and the headquarters is out of Chicago, Illinois. And I love the acronym. It stands for People of Extraordinary Talent. So it encompasses all of the arts, so you don't just have to be a poet to be a poet, but we welcome singers, painters, videographers, all of the arts we embrace. And so we were starting a Georgia chapter here. There's several chapters throughout the Chicago area, Wisconsin, Detroit, Missouri. There's several different chapters, and we just wanted to bring a chapter to Georgia. So we set out and did that last year, and as of now we have 5 members. And we've been looking to do something in the community with the children, and you know, we approached you last year, it wasn't the time I guess, to resurrect Writers Academy, because that was dear to my heart when we did it some years ago.
How did you connect with this national group? How did you find out about it? And
through other poets, just being in communication.
So you're
with
part
other
of a
poets.
network.
Yes, sir.
Well, Angela
Yes,
being
sir.
modest, because I can remember years ago, I can say when her beginnings, but I can remember when she was dabbling in it. And Angela has made a name for herself, you know, in certain circles with her abilities, you know, her stage name, or what's her name? I remember that, you know. But you know, so it's not like it just happened overnight. You yourself have went through this trial by fire where you were participating in different events, spoken words events, and you know, just following that passion.
I appreciate that.
Now I went to a reading about a year or so ago. Was that was at least some of your group?
Yes, some of the group was there. We've been at different locations in Rome, from the Peach Palace to, oh gosh, we were at
the City Auditorium.
That's a big space.
Yeah, we've been in a couple of places, and we've actually been requested. We've participated in the Spring into Peace events, and different things like that we've done throughout the community, where they have requested poets. So,
well, you helped with Writers Academy when we were at Maine. No, at Southeast.
Yes.
Southeast.
Anna Kay. And then when we branched out, you trusted me to do Southeast.
Yeah, you just handled Southeast, didn't you?
Yes,
I would
sir.
drop by occasionally,
Yes,
but
sir.
you were just like handling it.
Yes, yes.
Because I was amazed when I went to Southeast, and they, you could get them like to stand up all together at once.
Wow.
That impressed me.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, you did a great job with that.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
I'm not sure, because we were at Maine too for a while, and West Central.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got
You wouldn't
big.
stop. You
I
just
know.
you just yeah.
Because we had a nice little thing going, and we had to.
But it was worth it. I mean, it grew. It touched a lot of kids, and that's what I love about
Yes.
poetry, and I love about the arts. I think sometimes we don't give children a proper respect that are into the arts, especially young, like writing and poetry and things of that nature. So many young kids, especially males, you have to be playing a sport. You got to be aggressive. You have to. And you got a lot of young men that I think who, if exposed early, a lot of them actually may have passion for art and poetry and things of that nature, but it's not as pushed as much as sports. And so the idea of being able to, bring Writers Academy back is really huge.
So, Ms. Hines, you are in Poet.
Yes, I am.
And so I assume, like so many others, Angela has kind of refused you to say no.
Well, she can be very persuasive, and that's one thing I do like about her. That's one reason why whenever she calls, I'm right there, at her side, because she does believe in, the children and, the art of writing and expressing yourself through, writing. And I believe the same thing. So I'm here until, we see progress. If we don't, we tried.
So how long have you been writing?
Actually, I feel like I've written in the past as a preteen, a teenager. I actually let it go until I spoke with her, and she told me what she was doing with the poet group. And I admired some of the things that she was saying about what she was trying to do. And just from then on, we just kind of been doing our thing. I'm real excited about it.
Well, great.
But don't you just get excited about that though? I mean, because I know you a poet. I mean, I know you write. You are very whatever, but I know you write. I know you love poetry. I know you love the whole art. But it's something I guess that it's something ingenious, ingenious about that ability. Because everybody can't do it, and everybody's not great at it. But some people just are able just to capture you with their words. And I mean, I just find it so humbling because I can't do it. I mean, I'm not a poet at all. But it's something about that experience that I just don't think you can get anywhere else.
Well, I know that you appreciate hearing it because you like to go to the readings.
Yes, I don't like reading it, but I like hearing it. I like spoken word.
But you're a word man. I mean,
yeah, but it's something about hearing the cadence, and when you got a good poet who's a master, they just can control the room, and that's just to me so humbling. Wow. It's like you're really in the presence of a genius, of a master, and it's like you can't help but appreciate that, especially when you know yourself that you're limited. I mean, it's just something about it. The whole cadence, the voice, the tones. It's an art to it. It's really an art to just capture a whole room and keep them.
Well, I know when we started Writers Academy, and we really do need to give Dr. Merritt some credit for allowing us.
Because we really didn't know.
Yeah. She was then principal at Anna K. David. Our mission, our purpose really was to make writing more fun. because I don't know, we see students, older students, college-age students who don't like to read or write anymore, and resist it. And so we thought if we could get to the students earlier, make writing something that they look forward to rather than avoid, that maybe it would pay off. You know, you might not end up with poets at the end of it, but you could have students that would do well in those courses.
I just wanted to demystify the writing process,
Yeah.
and especially for so many young African American men that, you know, I just don't recall a lot of opportunities to really practice the craft of writing outside of school, which was kind of like not necessarily the most adventurous time of writing, but I mean just to demystify it so that, you know, it was okay to write, and it's a form of therapy to write, and you can express so many things in writing. And I think we did that. I think, you know, our program was very well attended those years. When we used to have the end of year banquets, parents would, I mean, the community, I really think, really appreciated, because the banquets would be full with parents and people. So,
And I know you have a lot of memories of.
Yes.
Yeah.
The students would just be so excited because, as Greg said, it is a form of therapy. And I think even when we did the Rome Alternative School, just a form of therapy, having an opportunity to write about things that they may not have the courage to speak about was awesome. And then that opened room to start conversation, and that gave you the opportunity to encourage them or whatever they may have been going through at the time. So it was awesome in that aspect. And also just to see the parents at the end of the year celebration just being proud, you know, like maybe they didn't even know their child was able to express themselves this way. And so I agree with Greg. The community the end of the year celebration was just phenomenal.
And it wasn't even an athletic event.
Right.
Pat, I remember we used to have Lovejoy Life Center, packed.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you got to the point we had to go to the Civic Center.
That's right.
Because we had so many schools that we couldn't have them all in just because
That's
geographical
crazy.
reasons. Yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge.
Well, we're coming up on a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about Writers Academy and an event coming up that is intended to help raise a little money to get it started again. So stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Seven 7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're talking with Angela Hoskins and Latoya Hines of POET, which stands for
People of Extraordinary Talent.
People of Extraordinary Talent.
Now, is POET for artists? Is it just for any arts, but it's
Artists.
art?
Artists.
Okay. So it deals with the arts. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And we've been talking about Writers Academy, which I don't know how many years it lasted. Quite a few years. And then we did some like Saturday workshops that didn't work as well, but they did better. They did all right.
They did all right, yeah.
But I think some of the memories that we have brought up here show that it was really more than just about the writing. It brought communities together and helped maybe with the confidence of those students. And let's see, it was Jessica Lindbergh that helped us at Maine Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to.
And then we had a string of different college students that came through and volunteered, and so it was more people involved than we ever imagined. But yeah, it was there.
Yeah. And one of the reasons that it ended, at least temporarily, was a lack of funding and getting enough volunteers really to keep it going consistently. Because both of us got busy in a lot of different ways. So we weren't able to do it in the week to week that we had then.
Yeah.
So that was part of it as well. And then through Poetry Night, you made a connection with Sandra Meek at Berry College.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Well, what happened was the church that I attend right now, Kingdom Church International, we actually adopted Southeast. And
did you tell them?
Tell them?
Southeast, the Southeast knows?
Yes,
okay,
Southeast
right,
knows.
okay,
Southeast
okay.
knows. And in the process of us adopting Southeast, it was in God's plans for me to be the coordinator. So as I'm coordinating with Dr. Wood, the principal over at Southeast, on what they need and how we can be of assistance to them, one of the things that come up was the sixth graders were kind of, adjusting and going through some things. And I was thinking, okay, what can we do to assist the sixth graders who are about to enter middle school? What kind of positive impact can we have upon those students? Ding, 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 Writers Academy. So Sandra Meek, who I connected with through, I'm in her Facebook group, Creative Writings at Berry College, and I've attended poetry readings on Berry College campus. I connected with her. She was excited about it. Connected with you, excited about it. So I'm excited about it.
So Sandra Meek is the creative writing, or at least one of the creative writing professors at Berry,
yes.
and a wonderful poet.
Yes, yes.
And she was planning to do a reading anyway.
Really? Okay.
Was part of the Poetry Night series. She was going to do a Berry College group to read.
Oh, wow.
But at some point, when she connected with you, it seemed to her an opportunity to help out with this fundraiser and do the reading as well.
Yes.
And give her, she's giving her students also the experience of putting something like this together.
Yes. So when we met, her students were there, and we are gonna have a poetry reading on September 30th, and it's gonna be at the Brew House. So
at the Brew House.
So there will be poets from Kingdom Church International, from the Poet Organization, from Berry College, from Georgia Highlands College, and we look to raise funds so that all of us can come together and resurrect Writers Academy.
So it'll be great just to go for the reading.
Yes.
But if folks who are there, if they can find a way to donate a little money toward Writers Academy, that would be much appreciated.
Yes, we will have baskets on the table, each table, so you can put change, dollars, anything that you want to contribute to help resurrect Writers Academy. So, and there'll also be something at the door, but there won't be a charge to actually enter in. Right. So we're actually hoping to do it also in October, November, and maybe December. Because,
really?
Yes, because Writers Academy, with Dr. Wood's approval, will be starting in January
really?
At Southeast, yes.
Well, that's excellent.
Yes.
That's excellent. So Brew House is there on Broad Street,
Yes,
and it's going to be on the 30th is a Tuesday.
Tuesday night,
Do we know what time it starts?
7:00 p.m.
All right. And the Brew House people know about it?
Yes.
That's good.
The Berry
Okay.
students arranged that, so they let me know that was a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuesday. All right, so the Berry College students handle that part
Yes,
of it.
yes.
All right, so great reading on Tuesday the 30th.
Yes.
And raising a little money for Writers Academy, and it might be worthwhile to talk about what the money is for, because I don't want people to think that it's a salary thing, because it never has been.
Oh.
You're shaking your head sadly. Never has been. But we have, at least in the past, done a publication at the end of the year of the students' work, which is not hugely expensive for publication, but it does cost a little money, and I think it's an important part of that experience for them.
Yeah, but it can't get expensive because you want a quality publication.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
It's not just something you
Yeah.
put in a copy.
But I like color copies. The black and white. I mean, you want something kids can be proud of.
Yes.
And they're proud to have. I got a question though. And maybe y'all haven't crossed this yet, but with all these entities coming together, we always did the end of the year publication of the kids' work. What about some of the adults, people from Poet and other organizations, some of the other writers, and it just don't hit me. I'm just saying, but that would be interesting because some of the writers in Poet or even Kingdom may have never had their works.
That would be
so,
awesome.
Would be
that would be awesome. Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just throwing stuff out there. But I mean, because people work hard, I really have a lot of respect for writers. I think sometimes we just think people can do it. Anybody can write, but to be good at it and to inspire people with it, I think really takes a lot of work at honing your craft and becoming good at what you do. And so, yeah.
And I'm anticipating that once it starts back, that members of Poet, like Ms. Hines, are going to be able to help you with it. And
yes.
Good.
For all of 4 entities, we'll be helping out.
And you'd let me out in now and then.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Just stick my head in.
Okay. No problem.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm very, very pleased that you are stepping up to do this.
Oh wow! Thanks.
Yeah. Because it was great.
It is great.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
It's coming.
Yes.
It is coming. But actually, I just see this as an opportunity for the community. I mean, I just can see this. I just see this writing as a way to, bridge gaps.
Wow.
Because we all, as diverse as we are, writing has that ability. You can connect. You can connect with people that you may not be able to connect on nothing else. So I see writing as a way of people, writing has that ability, like any art, to cross lines, cross our divisions. And so bringing some other entities to the table, I just see this as a real opportunity for the community.
I agree.
It always struck me that, and I was always surprised how good some of the writing was that those kids did. And I don't know, something about that age, the elementary school age, they are fearless. And anything you bring to them to try, they'll try.
Oh yes.
They don't necessarily know. I mean, I think we had them writing sonnets at one time. Those are hard.
Yes.
That's your.
Those are hard.
I was there for discipline.
But if you don't tell them it's hard,
they don't.
Ms. Hines, I know we don't have a lot of time, but how do you see poetry or your writing as a way to connect with people, within your circle?
I do. I think that everyone has a voice, and sometimes the voice goes unheard. And being able to sit down and, expose some of your thoughts on a piece of paper and just put it out there is extraordinary. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up on another break here in a few seconds. When we come back, we'll give you the details of that event coming up again, and we want you to make a special arrangement, appointment to be there. So stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We've been talking with Angela Hoskins and Latoya Hines of POET organization, and they have a reading coming up with the help of Berry College and Georgia Highlands at Brew House on Tuesday the 30th this month. It's just coming up, and that will be a great reading and also a fundraiser for Writers Academy, to bring Writers Academy back. And I wanted to thank you for that, but also give you an opportunity to give your email address in case somebody's interested in the organization.
Okay. If you are interested in the POET organization, you can reach me at what's her name? That's WHATSHANAME at live.com. And we're calling all poets out for September 30th.
Okay. Well, thank you. And thank you for being with us this week. We'll see you next time on Community Watch.